What are some real but crazy facts that could save your life? If you ever have to rescue a drowning person, throw them something to grab onto, beside yourself. If someone is trying to suffocate you with a pillow by pressing it down on your face, just rotate your head to the side, and there will be a small air pocket for you to breathe. They'll probably still try to unalive you afterwards, but at least you can survive for longer. Put a lid on a flaming pan to smother it, and remove from heat carefully. Never throw any liquid on it. Don't remove the lid for at least 5 minutes. If you get stabbed or impaled, leave the foreign object alone. Do not attempt to remove it. Yeah, it's horrible and it's freaking you out, but your odds of survival are much higher if you just leave it be. Medical professionals will remove it in an environment equipped to deal with it. If it's cloudy outside and you suddenly feel static run down your body and your hairs raise, better pucker them cheeks and drop to the ground. Lightning is about to hit dangerously close to you. If your house smells like fish for absolutely no reason, 9 times out of 10 it means that there is an electrical fire. The other time it means you need to take a shower. Maybe not to save your own life, but it could help you save someone else's. When performing CPR, chest compressions need to be continuous, deep and fairly quick. Call for an ambulance first. If you can get someone to help you, do so, because it is exhausting. For an adult, good quality chest compressions should be 2 per second and 5-6 cms deep. You should lock your hands together one on top of the other, get your arms straight, lock your elbows and push with the heel of your bottom hand into the middle of the chest, hard. And you do not stop until help arrives. The rumor that chest compressions can crack ribs is true, but trust me, they'd rather have broken ribs than be dead. If you crash into an electrical pole, immediately call 911, or your country's equivalent, and stay in the car. You could have downed an electrical wire, and the wire will still be live. Assume the entire area around your car is electrified. Only get out of the car if there's an immediate danger, such as a fire. When you exit the car, make sure both feet touch the ground at the same time, and only take small, shuffling steps, and make sure both feet are touching the ground at all times. There were 2 teenagers from my hometown that were electrocuted, after an accident like this. If you're around someone getting mauled by an angry dog, do not hit the dog, will piss the dog off and cause further attack on target, or pull the victim away. Dog's jaws will clamp shut and pulling someone will cause further trauma to the injured area. Do choke the dog out. The dog will go unconscious, giving you and the victim time to run. Once the dog comes to, it will still be dazed and confused for a bit of bonus time. I also want to share that sticking something in the dog's butt have been an effective strategy. If you are desperate, you can attempt to break the dog's back by pulling its back legs outwards. This, however, is not recommended, but if it's someone's life on the line, then you got to do what you gotta do. If you get bit by a wild animal, you must get the rabies vaccine. Rabies is not like a flu or mild inconvenience. It's one of the most lethal diseases on the planet. It has a near 100% fatality once the disease takes hold, and it's a horrible way to go. If you end up having to survive in a forest, crickets or grasshoppers chirping is not annoying, it is your sign of safety. Crickets stop chirping when something big is moving close to them. Not life-saving, but is limb-saving. If you need to check a pressurized line X, hydraulic line, never ever use your hand, use a piece of cardboard or soapy water. If you use your hand to check, the pressure can cause the fluid to cut your skin, and liquids like hydraulic fluid will cause gangrene in a matter of hours. Go to the hospital immediately and get them to check you right away. Don't take no for an answer. It could mean the difference between keeping versus losing your limb. When caught in a rip at the beach, just swim slowly along the beach, parallel to the shore until you feel the pull ease up, then swim towards the shore. When you're driving down the highway, check the sides of the road for glowing eyes of animals like deer and elk. It's the best way to avoid or prepare yourselves for collisions. Ever since hitting a moose, I do this constantly. I learned this from a firefighter video I saw years ago, probably here on Reddit. If you are ever choking and there is nobody to help you, lay on the floor on your hands and knees, then drop your body to the floor. This should create a sudden puff of air, pushing the food out of your throat. If at first you don't succeed, try it again. It will save your life. If you're a lady being followed in a city, liquor store/corner stores are great places to duck into. Clerks are great people to tell. Have been followed in sketchy neighborhoods a number of times, and they've been great and down to tell a creepy fucker off or just keep an eye out for me 9/5 times. Would write an ode to them if I could. If you come down with shingles, getting on an antiviral within 72 hours significantly reduces the severity of it. Shingles is caused by the herpes zoster virus and, if you've ever had chicken pox in your life, the virus is inside you. If you Google shingles you'll find more information, but for me, it originally represented itself as what I thought was acne on my forehead, so 2 doctors discounted my symptoms as a nasty virus. While it won't necessarily kill you, shingles affects your nerves and can cause paralysis in certain muscles. Source: currently battling shingles and the doctors have all told me that I'm lucky I got on meds as soon as I did. Point at someone and delegate. People freeze up in emergencies or assume someone else will handle a problem. Point at someone as say, "You guy in the blue shirt. Go to the gate and tell the ambulance where we are. Ma'am? Please go with him." Don't ask, "Does anyone know CPR?" Point at someone and ask if they do. Even if they don't, people are more likely to step forward in fear of being asked next and judged for not acting sooner than volunteering from the beginning. Sucking out snake venom doesn't work. If you've been bitten by a venomous snake, take a clear picture from a distance and call an ambulance immediately. The picture will be used to identify the snake species in order to get the most effective anti-venom. This will especially save your life. If you see a venomous snake, do not approach to kill it or relocate it. This how people get bitten. Spray it with water and it should leave, or wait 30 minutes and it will be gone. Getting close to a venomous snake with the intent to kill it is how you will get bitten. If you see a snake you can't identify 100%, if there is even the slightest possibility you don't know, don't pick it up. This is surprisingly common. Your friendly vet med specializing in herpetology. People who are looking for trouble are less likely to go for you if you say hi or just let them know you are aware of them, such as by greeting and introducing yourself. The rule of 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Prioritize water first in a survival situation. Edit. Many people are saying I missed 3 hours without shelter. I absolutely agree. It's very temperate this time of year here, so it wasn't at the front of my mind. Find shelter, then water in those cases. If you drink bad homemade alcohol, it may have methanol, which is deadly. It can cause vomiting and blurred vision, and ultimately can kill you. The cure for methanol poison is drinking ethanol, regular alcohol. So basically, if you get sick from moonshine, drinking good whiskey or vodka can save your life. If a grease fire starts, use baking soda to put it out, put a lid over it to smother it, and turn off the heat source. Do not use any water to put it out, it will only make it worse. Call your local fire department if it gets out of control. You do not have to eat every day. You do not have to eat every day. It is far more important to find clean water and shelter than food. Focus on those first. Most people have enough fat on them to survive a really long time assuming they stay warm and hydrated. If you're lightheaded and feel like you're going to pass out, prioritize sugar. Diabetic or not. The brain needs sugar the same as it does blood and oxygen. It's not always the answer, but it won't make anything worse and could save your life. Side note, another short one is that bulls don't give a shit about red. They will attack anything you wave at them, so maybe avoid that. If someone odds, don't wait to discuss or figure out if you slash, they will get in trouble. Every minute counts, and if staff ask if they took anything, tell them immediately. Tests will reveal it anyway, but every minute they have to run them is another minute they can't treat the patient correctly. Do not hesitate to call emergency services for a suspected overdose, as quick and treatment and response is imperative. They're not the police, they're not out to get anyone in trouble, and if it messes with something like their doctor's prescriptions, it's preferable to leaving them to die. If you do any kind of opiates or have people at your house who do often, have naloxone handy and know how to administer it. Vitamin B12 is a critical nutrient. Make your doctor test you for actual physical conditions before prescribing benzos. Pretending to order a pizza while calling the cops most likely will work. Some women who lived with domestic abusers have done this. You can use a seatbelt buckle to smash out a car window if you're trapped inside. Never let potatoes go bad. They release solanine gas which can render a person unconscious. This is especially important if you have a cellar or keep them airtight. Intelligence is knowing it's a one-way road. Wisdom is still knowing to look both ways. Keep your stress levels low, sleep well, and read a lot to prevent dementia or Alzheimer's later in life. Thank you for watching Reddit Stories. May you and your loved ones have a blessed day.